Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at www.ntnm.org, where over 100,000 shows have been watched. And usually when I get somebody on a second time, it's probably because there's a really good chance I might vote for him. But I also want to say that in a previous show, I went on an undeserved tirade, and I want to apologize to him, and I did before the show. And somebody who's really highly spoken of by a lot of people, somebody who many people have a very high opinion of, who know what they're talking about, and that is a candidate for Assessor of Cook County, Joseph Berrios. How are you?
Oh, nice seeing you again.
My pleasure, thank you. And of course, I want to thank Ed McElroy for making the arrangements.
Thank you. Very good, great with me. He's out there working with me on this election, and we're out there working to try to make sure we don't miss anything during this race for Assessor.
No, that's good. So this is not the first time you've run for something.
No. I've run for various political offices. I ran for state rep and became the first Hispanic ever elected to the Illinois legislature.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. When I decided to run for the Board of Review, I was the first Hispanic ever elected to an executive office in Cook County. And I'm chairman of the Democratic Party, first Hispanic ever to do that. So I've been very busy, and people see the work that I do, and how I get involved in projects, and have opened the doors for me and let me, do my best at what I do, and that is helping people.
That sounds good. So Assessor's a whole different ballgame.
It's a totally different ballgame. But what I've learned at the Board of Review, I can carry downstairs. I can carry the information that I've gathered and know how to help taxpayers. The idea is to make that office more accessible, where people can come and talk to a live body, to someone, and tell them about the problems with their particular piece of property. Tell us what's going on in the community. One of the things I want to do is all the suburban assessors, I want to bring them in and work with them so that they can give us information. We shouldn't just look at data that's fed into a computer, because of the fact that, generally when you feed data in the computer, it's going to give you back what you feed in. So I truly feel we're not feeding enough data into the computer as to what's going on in the community. And we shouldn't look at stuff that's 2-3 years old. We should look at what's going on right now. If you look at the current conditions in the real estate market, everything is down. Yet
sure.
Assessments are going up.
I'm up 3% this year myself in this place.
Yeah, so how can that be? I mean, people are losing $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 on particular pieces of property bought 2 years ago. But that's not reflected in what the assessments are happening today.
It's funny, because I had to explain to me once, but it's something like whatever law gets passed in Springfield this year doesn't get reflected for another year or two, and then the assessor's office, whatever assessment they make doesn't reflect. So it is like 2 or 3 years later.
Yes, it's 2 or 3 years later, and we need to get a handle on that so that we can be more up to date. The other big issue out there is, and I've talked to legislators, I've talked to the President of the Senate, I've talked to the Speaker of the House, I've talked to the Governor. We've got to do something to protect homeowners this year. We can't wait. What I am asking them to do is set up a panel in Springfield so that we can bring people in, talk about what's going to happen at the end of the year with the 7% gone. And homeowners can't be allowed to get sticker shock. In other words, they don't need to see a $1,500 to $2,000 and $2,500 increase in their property taxes on their homes. Number one, no one's planning for it, and in these economic times, who can afford it?
That's exactly right. People are in danger of losing their homes over things like this.
Oh, absolutely. We had a young lady the other day. I should say older woman, but I call her young.
Okay.
Her husband passed away. He was a senior citizen. She's 1 year younger than him, but he passed away, so they lost their senior freeze. So their tax bill went up $4,500. She showed me the bill. I said, let me try to help you. Let's go downstairs. We'll talk to some people and see what we can do.
Yeah.
As it turns out, she brought the death certificate.
Yeah.
Her husband died the 15th of that year, so he was entitled to that senior freeze.
Yeah.
So we were able to get it for her, and which meant she wasn't put out of the house.
Nice.
But she told me she couldn't afford it. So, I mean, those are the things people in government have to do for taxpayers. Give them the information and help them.
Absolutely, absolutely. At this point, do you have a website?
I'm on the Cook County Democratic website, and that's what I use to get my
and your punch number?
My punch number is 106.
And punch it early, punch it often come election day. Well, one time per customer, I guess is the way
I like
things
that,
work.
though. I like that. Punch it often.
And good luck in the election. Joseph T. Berrios, the Democratic candidate, Assessor Cook County. Thank you.
Thank you.